Evan Barnes' Memphis commercial appeal published 10:41 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time April 20, 2019. 2 weeks before the NFL Draft, Darrell Henderson enjoyed a rare moment of peace when he wasn't flying to meet various teams. He had just finished an autograph signing at TNC Sports in Bartlett and was surrounded by cousins, his sister Jerrica and uncle Kelvin Holmes. They took turns cracking jokes and play fighting as two of Henderson's younger cousins chased each other. His cousin Bobby Sanford took a picture of Henderson and a friend, but the photo came out upside down. Henderson laughed while he grabbed the phone, showing him how to rotate the picture right side up. For those used to Henderson as a soft-spoken running back, it was a side he rarely showed in public. The laughter and ease around those closest to him allowed him to relax before his life changes this week. "You only got one family and you got to enjoy them while you're here, so I try to spend as much time with them as possible," said Henderson, a projected third-round pick in this week's NFL Draft in Nashville. "They keep me motivated. Family first." Before Henderson became the all-time leading rusher at South Panola High School in Batesville, Miss, and an All-American at Memphis, he was Lyle Darrell, growing up in Darrell Sr. and Barbara Henderson's house. One rule was set early. After school, you went home instead of hanging around in the streets. Henderson and his three siblings might have hated it, but there was no arguing with Darrell Sr. Joewan Williams, player, grew up in Nashville housing projects just a few miles from where he'll get picked. "My dad was very strict on me and he wouldn't let me hang around certain people that he felt would threaten me," Henderson said. "He put us in the house and had me working and cutting grass for him." The elder Henderson worked during the day, and when he came home, he took Darrell Jr. as he worked in neighbors' yards. It gave his son the work ethic he needed when he was told he was too small at 5'8" to be a star running back. It also taught him that family would be a constant presence. His siblings and cousins became his closest friends, and Holmes, his favorite uncle, became a big brother who always took off work to attend his games. Despite a 14-year age difference, the two grew closer once Holmes moved in with the Hendersons when Darrell Jr. was 4. "He pretty much followed behind me and we did our own thing together," said Holmes, who shares the same birthday with Henderson, August 19. Henderson looked for Holmes and his family before every game, starting with youth football. It was a tradition that continued at South Panola and at Memphis. Before arriving at games, he texted Holmes to see where the family was located on Tiger Lane. Holmes would let him know, and as the team did the Tiger Walk, Henderson kept his eyes open for him and his cousins before lighting up with a smile. "Once he sees his family, he just wants to go that much harder on the field," Holmes said. Emmanuel Hall, after Dad's death, debilitating injury, Franklin player perseveres in NFL Draft pursuit. How family convinced Henderson not to transfer from Memphis. Staying at home kept him away from trouble and built a circle of support Henderson leaned on throughout his career. Henderson enrolled in Memphis in January 2016 after improving his ACT score and rehabbing an injured ankle. He didn't lose a year of eligibility, but according to Holmes and his high school running backs coach R.T. Smith, he briefly thought about transferring that semester. He was homesick. He was also adjusting to a new coaching staff after Justin Fuente, who recruited him, left for Virginia Tech and was replaced by Mike Norvell. When Henderson brought it up to Holmes, his uncle reminded him to stick it out and trust his coaches, who planned to use him more in the passing game as well as at running back. "I told him they're moving you around to make you more flexible for the offense," Holmes recalled. Norvell had high expectations for Henderson. After the two met along with then running backs coach Darrell Dickey, who helped recruit him with Fuente's staff, Henderson was even more confident that Memphis was where he needed to be. His first touchdown with the Tigers, a 15-yard catch that was also the first score of the Norvell era. As Henderson blossomed into one of the nation's best all-purpose backs by his junior year, Norvell noticed he spent just as much time strengthening his family connections as he did bonding with his teammates. One of the Tigers' slogans is, "I do this for you," a way for players to think about who supported them. For Henderson, that was easy to embrace. Darrell is definitely relationship-based and he was wonderful with his teammates and with his family, Norville said. Being an hour away from home, he definitely maximized the opportunities he could have getting home, while enjoying the entire collegiate experience on campus. The joy of having his family there with him was pretty special to see. That trust held true during the winter when he, his parents and Holmes sat down to discuss him skipping Memphis bowl game and leaving for the NFL draft. His mother used outside doubt to help convince Henderson he was making the right decision going pro. Dawson Knox Brentwood Academy alum sets goal of being day 2 NFL draft pick. "I heard a lot of people talking on Twitter that he was going to be taken in the 5th round. I was like, go on with all that," Barbara Henderson said. Henderson had little to prove after leading the nation in all-purpose yards, 2,328, and finishing second in rushing yards, 1,909, and total touchdowns, 25. Watched Memphis 37-34 loss to Wake Forest in the Birmingham Bowl thinking he could have played. His family reminded him he made the right decision for his future. "I know they're not going to tell me anything wrong, so that's why I stay around them," Henderson said. NFL draft dreams. Henderson and his family will get one last chance to share in this journey after he was invited by the NFL to spend the second day of the draft in Nashville on Friday. He's been projected as a third-round selection by ESPN's Mel Kiper Jr., The Athletic's Dane Brugler and USA Today's Draft Wire. He also wrapped up visits this past week with the Arizona Cardinals, Philadelphia Eagles, Oakland Raiders and Los Angeles Rams. Barbara Henderson said she's been anxious to see where her son will go. Darrell Sr. is more common accepting of whatever transpires. "When he was in the 12th grade, he said he wanted to be an NFL player. I said I hope he makes it," Barbara Henderson said. "All the people here said that boy is going to be something. Wherever he gets drafted, he'll have family in the stands, just like they were when he played at South Panola and Memphis. I'm already saving up my vacation time like I always do," Holmes said. "We're going to try to make every game." To Henderson, that matters the most. It's why he appreciated those last quiet moments with his family after Pro Day and his autograph signing, and why this week, he'll be happy they're around him when his new home is announced. "Family is everything and family is always going to be around even when people on the outside turn their back on me," Henderson said. "I'm very grateful to have them with me through this whole process and it's been fun." Darrell Henderson School, Memphis hometown, Batesville, Miss. Age, 21. Position, running back. Favorite athlete, Chris Johnson. How long has he been playing football? 8 years old. More, Memphis football. Darrell Henderson's hometown of Batesville, Mississippi, revels in his career more. Darrell Henderson, Tony Pollard embrace last showcase it. Memphis Pro Day. More, NFL Draft Diaries. Darrell Henderson on Pro Day, combine and feedback from NFL teams. More, Memphis. Darrell Henderson, Vanderbilt's Joewan Williams receive NFL draft invitations. You can reach Tigers football beat writer Evan Barnes on Twitter, @Evan B, or by email at evan.barnes@commercialappeal.com. Let's block ads. Why?